What's going on, guys? PlayBox here. We're back for another Dragon Ball Legends video. And this one we're going to be reviewing Gamepress's updated sparking tier list, because they've updated it with some new additions such as LF Perfect Cell, the free-to-play Kid Buu, which I'm pretty excited to see. I mean, I already know what the placements are, but that's it. What else do they have? The Zenkai Super Vegeta, and I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. There's a lot of changes that happen, especially in S tier. So we're gonna go through all of that. So there's gonna be a lot to cover here, and there's a lot of controversial change. So let's just hop in straight into the first change, and believe it or not, it's in Z tier. So as we see here, Perfect Cell at 6 stars, that legendary finish Perfect Cell, is at the bottom of Z tier. So this is our third non-Zenkai unit in Z tier. It's pretty funny because before Cell, this was pretty much family tier, right? Since they're all Sun Family tier units. But now we have Cell here, but I mean, technically he has Goku's DNA in him, so does that make him part of Sun Family too? But who knows? He is finally here. So as you can see, he's in Z tier because okay, so before you guys just click off this video, the main reason they put him in Z tier is because of his team. So this tier list really focuses on what the best teams are in the meta, and this Cell fits in on 4 extremely good teams. He's good on Regen, that's a Z tier team. Powerful Opponent, that's pretty close to being Z tier. Future, that's a Z tier team, and then Android. Like 4 of those teams are meta relevant teams, and he fits as one of their best fighters as their core unit, so that's why he's in Z tier. Also, his anti-revival mechanics is actually like disgustingly good. Destroying 4 Dragon Balls is very, very good as an anti-revival mechanic, especially since hybrids are filled with revival units, and then other revival units like the revival Goku and stuff like that. So the revival mechanic is really damn good, and even that, he's just overall such a good unit. He has great damage and all that stuff, so he has a unique gauge and all that, right? So I could see why they put him in Z tier. Me personally, it's kind of hard for me to put him in Z tier. I probably wouldn't, but I honestly can see why they would have him in Z tier, right? So I'm okay with this change, right? So I'm just glad to see that there's more units other than Sun Family units in Z tier. So you know what, let's just move on. So yeah, as we go into tier S tier, Bojack is now at the front of S tier, and there's a lot of units that have actually moved up. So Kid Buu is at pretty much the top of S tier, as well as Demon King Piccolo, and they put Demon King Piccolo above the LF Zenkai Piccolo, and this was not the case prior to this update, and that's mainly because with the addition of Cell, Regen is mainly a strike-oriented team, right? So you have Zamasu, this DKP Fat Buu, and this guy, and they're all strike-based units, and then this Kid Buu that is also blast-based. So it's more of a strike-oriented team, but you could still go with Piccolo and Kid Buu and still destroy anyone, right? So that's not a big deal. Bojack at the top of S tier is pretty damn crazy. This unit is very, very good, and since, like, you know what, movies and Powerful Opponent are pretty top tier, it makes sense for him to be there. Powerful Opponent has definitely come a long way. Like, they're really damn good right now. They're mainly filled with LF units, which kind of sucks because you need the stars on them, but if you have the stars on them, they're disgusting. Kid Buu is, yeah, like I said, so let's keep going. SSB Evolved Vegeta is climbing up the ranks. This guy, man, Super Saiyan Blue Evolved Vegeta is so damn oppressive. Like, once you get him going, his damage is insane. Like, he's I don't have him, but I can tell you right now, he is much better. He's a much better option than Gogeta Blue. It's pretty crazy. So Grade A Vegeta is right below him as well. I think Grade A Vegeta, I feel like, honestly, in my opinion, I feel like a lot of people overrate him. Like, I don't think he's better than SSB Vegeta or any of these other LFs. I don't think his placement here below SSB Evolved Vegeta is perfect in my opinion. So this change right here is good. Zenkai Blue Goku has fallen off quite a bit, and that's mainly because God Key they need some more additions, because Zamasu, they needed another red unit, that's for sure, because Zamasu does not fit that team whatsoever. That's the God Key team is mainly, I would say, their best variation of it is with this Vegeta and maybe Topo, I think, or you could go with Vados, but it's either or, and they're more blast based, so they definitely need a new blast based red unit. Maybe a revival UI Goku, that would be sick, but they definitely need one, and that's why Zamasu is over here. I'm surprised Zamasu didn't go up a bit more because all of his regen members went up, so I'm surprised he actually did kind of go up, so I guess that makes sense. TOP 17 has passed 18, which is pretty crazy, so it's safe to assume that Android 18 is probably never going to touch Z tier, because you would probably run this guy over her most of the time. His utility is just so much better than 18. 18 is still like crazy stupid with her damage, but this guy, his kit is just good. It's just way too good. So other than that, Gogeta Blue still there. I think Majub was in tier 1 this whole time and he moved up, so that's cool to see. I think, I'm not sure, but that's important to note. So yeah, it's also important to note that if I don't think I covered this, but so all the 1% battery units are 9 stars, EX are 9 stars, Zenkais are 14, and LF Zenkais are at wait, are LF Zenkais are, yeah, because LF Zenkais are at 7. And then regulars, LFs are at 6 stars. So that's important to know. And also, Zenkai's featured Master Pack 14 and 9. So just for you guys to know. So a lot of these units are at 9 stars and the other ones are at 6 stars. So that's important to note. And I think that's pretty much it for S tier. So yeah, S tier looking pretty good. I mean, the only thing I would... there isn't really much I would change. Honestly, I'd probably bring in Bojack a bit down. I think Kid Buu might be better than Bojack. I would probably go like MajinBlue, Kid Buu, and then Bojack. So yeah. Honestly, I'd bring this SSB. I would actually, this is fine. So that's fine. Other than that, I mean, that's looking pretty good in this Super Saiyan 3. Oh yeah, they brought him up a bit because regen now is becoming more and more prevalent, and he has a 40%, I think 40% damage inflicted against regen, so he's pretty anti-regen there, so I think that's why he brought him up a bit. But honestly, this guy, I think it's probably time for him to go to tier 1. He just doesn't compete like kit-wise with these other units, so that's just what I think. Free-to-play Kid Buu is at the top of tier 1, and that's awesome to see because I absolutely love this unit. He is so good. He fits perfectly on powerful opponent because they don't have their best option is either him, Jiren, or Goku Black, and I think his support is just a much better option than just going straight up for damage with Jiren, because all the other units on powerful opponent are just made for damage, so having a support unit like him, it just makes it so much better. And then having a defensive pivot like Bojack on there, and then perfect, oh god, that is just nasty. So I'm very happy with his placement there. So that's pretty much it. Vegeta Blue, the anniversary unit, can you believe that? Oh, where's Gogeta Blue? Oh, Gogeta, there he is. We gotta always come back to Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, the main headlining anniversary unit. You'll love to see it. So that's pretty much it. Revival Gohan has fallen finally. They had him over Nappa before, but they finally got it right. Nappa is so much better than Revival Gohan. It's actually crazy. So it's good that they brought him down a bit. What else did they change? Yeah, okay. Zenkai Super Vegeta is at the bottom of tier 1. So tier 1 near the bottom. Yeah, that's bottom. So yeah, that makes sense. What they even say about him? He's a decent option, but I don't think you're gonna be using him on the core because you'd much rather use the future Gohan on the core of Super Saiyan. The core of Super Saiyan is mainly Bardock, Revival Gohan, and Future Gohan. So he's just there to for his Z ability, right? So you wouldn't really bring him into any matchups. So that's that. And other than that, I think that's pretty much it. I don't think they really touch on the other tiers that much because they don't really care. Super Saiyan 4 Goku, you'll have to see it. So yeah, that's pretty much all of it. I mean, the controversial change was this perfect. So I mean, you have to see on the Dragon Ball Legends subreddit. I posted this picture of him on Z tier, and just there's like over like 150 comments. Everyone just losing their minds over this. Is pretty funny, but I mean, I can see where they're coming from. Like, it's hard to see him maybe in the same tier as these units, but his kit is just what allows him to be here, and his teams are just insane. Like, being the core on 4 super relevant teams is a really big deal, and this tier list really does focus on like the best teams, so that's important to note, of course, because I think if you just look at straight up a individual unit's kit, like there's a lot of questionable placement. Like for example, like this Future Gohan probably wouldn't be in as Z tier if it wasn't for these two, so that's like an example, right? So that's pretty much why Cell is in Z tier. So yeah, that's pretty much it for all the changes to the Z tier, to this tier list. I'll be doing one again next month for the next LF. That is if we get another LF, because we are closing in on Black Friday, so they might hold up on a monthly LF and just keep all the hype stuff for Black Friday. So we'll see what happens there. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe, because actually it is so important, so don't forget. Other than that, have a great day. See ya.